All right. Live with Bash here, Assimilate-Bash. Let's get into it. I'm going to launch this Bash template here and create a new code space. Let's go ahead and get this thing cooking here. Hopefully, it's a pretty quick startup. And I think one of the things I'll do as well as this is spinning up is look at where I left off. So last time uh, I looked at some make files, and that was one of the things I was figuring out. But let's try something a little bit different today. Let's actually build out potentially another type of utility that you would do with Bash. So what I can do is start with GPT-4 here, and let's just say, what are common uh, actions done with the Bash scripting language? Uh, I need several ideas to try out for a demo. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this out. Bash scripting is a powerful tool. Here's some common actions you can demonstrate. File and directory, create, move, copy, delete. Yeah, that's true. Rename files, directories, change file permissions, text processing, search for patterns. Yeah, I think the file and directory manipulation is probably one of the better ones to start off with. So let's do that. Let's actually create something like that. Let's go over here. Let's make this a little bit bigger. And what I can do is go to lesson 6. Go ahead and say here, manipulate file system. Okay. Now, what do we actually want to do? I'm going to go ahead and create a directory. We can just say file system proj or something like that. And I'll go ahead and put this as a link of what I'm going to be doing. So probably what would be kind of fun is to programmatically create some stuff and then do things with it. So I'm going to go ahead and cd into there, and we can just say like create tree. How about that? And what I can do is I can make a bash script here and env bash, and I'll put some notes, create a tree of directories and files by passing in a depth and width. Yeah, exactly. So basically, we want to create a tree of files that is a certain depth each and width each. And so let's start off with usage tree, depth and width. There we go. Let's try this out. So create a directory and populate it with files. So we have a function here that says create dir, local width, make dir -p dir. And then for I in the width, do the following, touch a file. This looks pretty good. And I believe that's all I need to do here. So if I just chmod this plus X, go ahead and run this. In fact, what I could do, I could use both tools at the same time, as I could actually go over to this Pilot Labs. And what we could do is we could actually ask it to explain this code. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's just say explain the code. What does this do? Here's the code. We define a function called createdir. The function creates 2 arguments. We create the directory and populate it with files. The function is invoked with the arguments test and 10. So let's go ahead and try that out. So if I just say create tree, and I just say depth would be, how about test, and then the width. So in this case, this would be let's actually get a little bit of help here, because the local directory is the first argument, so it's not exactly what I want. Let's say um, I need you to fix the following code to meet this contract. So let's give it the contract, because I think there's a slight error in this. Is we want it to be that. Here's my code. So we're using all the tools at the same time here. And that's what happens. So to create a script that meets the given contract, you need to accept arguments for depth and width and create a directory tree accordingly. So I think the thing that was messed up, it wasn't accepting both depth and width here. So this is local depth, local width. Let's see here. Functions to create a directory. Make dir, new dir. Check the received. So this is a lot more comprehensive. Usage create tree. Validate if they're positive integers. Wow, this has got all kinds of great great. Now the directory name. Call the directory with the given arguments. Create dir depth width 1. The first with the given arguments. Okay, so let's try this. Then let's copy this code here, and let's swap this out there. And I'm going to run it with, in this case, how about 3 and 3? And if we look at what it created a directory 1 here, a directory 2 here. And so this first one had 3. The second one had 3. And this one has a file inside. So it actually did do exactly what we wanted it to actually create, because it created a nested level of 3 here, which is not bad. So now if I wanted to tweak this code to accept a parent command, so what we want to do is actually tweak it a little bit. Let's say, oh, that was perfect. But I need a parent directory as well. So let's change our code to do as follows. We'll go here, and we want this. We want to be dir name. Right, so we want to be able to create the directory name as the first argument. So while it's creating that, I can actually delete the other directories. So we can say rm -rf dir1. There we go. That was good. And what I could do is actually maybe keep both. We can say create tree, and then we'll create another one here that's slightly different. So this one's different in that it takes depth with current depth, parent directory, does all that, but we're going to use this usage, check if the script received the correct arguments, and then create the parent directory if it doesn't exist, which we're going to use -p for, and then we're going to pass this in. So this looks pretty good, actually. Let's go ahead and copy this, and let's go over to here, and we can say touch create tree, create we'll call this create tree all.sh. And then we can go here, paste this in, and then do the same thing. Let's just tweak it a little bit though, because in fact, we can just copy that. Okay, we don't need that. We don't need that. And then I can take this particular syntax and fix it inside. Create tree like that. Okay, that looks good. Chmod plus X, create tree all. Now let's go ahead and try this out. Create tree all. And we can say, let's just do --help, and it will show us that it gives us these options, right? So that's one of the nice things about having that kind of catch-all here. And I can put this into the README, right? And we can put that there. Now, all I should need to do is go to the first thing, which is the directory name, and we can call this test. Depth would be 2, the width would be 2. And what did we get? We have 2 directories. So depth would be 2, and the width also 2 directories each inside file 1, file 2. Exactly. Now, I mean, you could tweak this and make it a little bit different, but for just creating like a something that will build out a tree for me to test some kind of a tool, this is actually kind of a cool little tool, actually. So I think it's nice to be able to use a combination of Copilot alongside of GPT-4 to actually build out something. And in fact, I can actually now remove this and check this in. Adding a check-in for Bash. There we go. Mission accomplished. I'm gonna call it a session for this lesson.